are the walkers. We are walking in love with Christ as the center.
All right, hello everyone. How you doing? My name is Fred.
I'm Monique.
And we are the Walkers. Let's try it again.
Okay, go ahead.
We are the Walkers. All right. And this video here is just basically telling y'all about our wonderful trip to Curacao. A little backstory. My wife and I, we've been married for 20 years now. And sadly, this is our first honeymoon. So we did it big. Where was we at?
Well, we started with Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos.
And
right.
that kind of led us to Curacao.
Yeah, we ended up at Curacao. For those of you who don't know about Curacao, we're going to tell y'all later on in the video a little bit about the place, show you some video footage. The place is beautiful, phenomenal. Me and my wife, we had a blast there. And we'll tell you all about it. I'm excited. You excited?
See.
Oh, she speaks Curacao now. But the official language there is
Papamento.
Papamento.
I think we're saying it right.
Yeah, Papamento. I think that's what it is.
I think it's a mix of maybe like Spanish and Dutch.
Spanish, they speak Dutch. That's the official government language that they use. So all the important business, you speak Dutch. Papamento, and then English, of course. And some do either Portuguese or...
I feel like they said German.
German, yeah, German as well. So that's a minimum of 4 languages. And so we was amazed by that, but a little bit more than that. So let's talk about how we got to Curacao. But we got there, we got to Atlanta. Oh, tell them about Atlanta.
What happened in Atlanta?
How we had to...
So Atlanta. Well, so we had a connecting flight from Atlanta to Curacao, and so it was a very short layover. And so we felt like we would be pressed for time, even if everything went smoothly, right. But there was no gate available when we got to Atlanta, so that we were really pressed for time when we got off the plane. So we had to run a little bit, a little trot, through the airport to make sure that we got
Simpson on.
That we called our connecting flight to Curacao. And it was interesting because when we actually got to the gate where we were supposed to get on the plane, I was looking and I was unsure because there was like nobody. Like everybody was already on the plane. And I'm like, are we supposed to get on here?
Right.
And so the gate agent called our name. She was like, are you all the walkers? Like, y'all waiting on us?
Waiting on us.
Yeah. So, but we made it.
Right? And we made it. Everybody was sitting down, listening to their headphones and nibbling on their snacks. And we were just, excuse me, we coming through. We in here too. So we made it, and like I said again, Atlanta, y'all the biggest airport in the world, so I really can't get on you about that. So many moving parts there, and the fact that y'all have probably some of the best labeling as far as direction-wise, and in addition to that, you have staff members waiting and still giving us direction, even though you have clear sign, and we need it. So you're operating at a certain level when you have to do that, do those type of, right? So literally, if you're in Florida and you're trying to find a place to, kind of relax, still flying under the radar, Curacao is your spot. The whole entire thing was 4.5 hours to go to this beautiful island of Curacao. And
so we arranged transportation through the resort. So when we arrived, we had instructions that there would be someone waiting for us in a specific location with a sign with our name. And so I think maybe Bar 22 was the name of the place. But the resort did a really good job of communicating expectations. So we landed, we went to the place that they told us to go to, and there was a guy standing there with a sign with our name on it. So it was easy.
Right.
We didn't have to think about how we were going to get from the airport to the resort.
Right. As soon as we got there, we actually was like a ride share with a couple other couples
who were going to the same
resort, right? Which is the, what was it called? The Kontiki. The Kontiki. And we'll show y'all some of that Kontiki stuff. Kontiki was a whole vibe, I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I'm gonna tell you this, a side note, like we didn't meet like a bad person in Curacao. I mean, even from the tourists and from the locals that was there, when I tell you, it gave me that. I don't know if you ever been to Jamaica, but you know, everybody there is like, you know, no worries, man. It was that type of vibe. It was like, man, you're here, relax, chill out, and even those that we came across inside of Curacao who was catching the bus from wherever they were coming from, because I think Curacao is more of a centralized location for all the jobs at, and then people kind of dispersed out. But we was in the heart of downtown, and you know, the people were nice there. So I was just like, man, this place here is truly a vibe.
Okay, so after lots of research, we landed on Kentucky. I did a lot of the legwork before I presented the options to him because I was having a hard time choosing. So I was like, here are kind of like the top 3 that I've landed on, but I need you to help me make this final decision.
Right.
So we landed on Kentucky because they had these luxury suites that included a pool.
Yeah.
And one of the things we wanted to do, one of the things that was on my bucket list, if you will, was to participate in the floating breakfast. So you see people do it like,
signal lost.
oh my bad. My phone talking to me.
Yeah.
But I've seen those floating breakfasts in different locations. And so once I realized that it was an option there, it was like a no-brainer because it was easier if you had a individual pool or a private pool, you know, with your suite. So we were able to arrange it through Kentucky. So that's how we landed on Kentucky. But the hotel was the resort was very nice.
Yeah. Put some respect on it.
I can only speak for the suites that we selected. So it was probably the most luxury suite that they have. Very elevated, very modern. The shower was in the room, like not behind a door, but like in the room behind the bed. Like, you better go with somebody who you want to be with.
on some grown up stuff.
But it was very nice. The workers, not the guest service, what you call it? I guess the housekeeping staff, very pleasant.
Yes.
They even came back like a couple nights before bedtime with fresh bottles of water and a sweet note that says, "We hope you have peaceful rest."
Yes.
Okay, we will, since we got a fresh bottle of water.
Yes.
Absolutely. So it was just very nice. And like Fred said, it was like our
signal lost.
My bad. It was like our first honeymoon because we didn't go on a honeymoon when we got married 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So we did all the things.
Yeah, we went all out.
That made us happy this time, and so it was everything. It was an absolute dream.
All right, so you know when we got there, that was a traveling day. So we looked around, enjoyed the beautiful sights, scenery, just kind of get our bearings of where we was at, and we ate at the local restaurant down there, and went to sleep. Oh. So we was trying to go to sleep, but Wednesday, which is the day we landed on,
it's Cabana night.
Cabana night, and so our luxury suite where we were at is right on the beach, right on top of Cabana.
Right.
And we felt everything Cabana had to offer on Cabana night. When I tell you, them people partied all night long into the next day. It say 12 o'clock, but they still was, still trying to thaw out. And it was just, and the DJ, like, he had forgot what time it was, because he was just,
I don't think it was supposed to end at 12. Is that what the flyer said?
I think it was 12 o'clock, babe.
Okay.
You just partied out all that time? So I get, so do your research, and just know, if you anywhere on Kentucky, which I think is, well, I can't say it's number one, but it's the one that we know, and it's gonna be hard to top them. I'm gonna just say that. But when I tell you these people partied all night long, so we should have went down there. All the noise they made.
No.
But it was a lot.
Day 2. So we just got up day 2 and we ate breakfast at the local restaurant. I think it was called Cabana Restaurant. So There was an option when we booked though to include breakfast every day, and I felt like we wanted to experience some different breakfast options, so we didn't include breakfast with our reservation, but we did go to the on-site restaurant day 2, and it was, it was good. We regular kind of like an American breakfast options is what we chose, so it was fine. It was sufficient.
From that, we had to go catch the bus to take us to, I can't even think of the name of that shopping center, or the grocery store.
Well, I have a clip of it, so you can just insert a clip.
Inserting the clip now.
Yeah,
and if y'all follow us, you already have seen some of the reels on that. But yeah, definitely you check out the grocery store. And I was pleasantly surprised. It's like when we walked in there, and my wife even said, she was like, "Hey, this looked like a grocery store that we are accustomed to." And they had a lot of our products in there. They had Czech sodas in there.
Period for the Czech sodas.
Sodas.
Yeah.
And if you know, like we know, on the Czech sodas, we was in the hood. No, I mean, so it was. All right, so from there to dinner, I'm tell you this here. I love to eat, and the food is that's with us. Y'all feel me when I say this? When you find a place that really hits the insides. So the restaurant was called Kome, Kome.
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Kome, whatever it is. It need to be called delicious, because when I tell you, we walked in there. First of all, me and my wife, we were super early for our reservations.
We had a 6:30 reservation, but we got there at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so we got there 30 minutes early, and I was like, man, they're not gonna let us in. And when we walked up in there, and my wife said, "Hey, look, we here. Basically, find us a seat, please." And they were so accommodating. They was like, "Sure, no problem." And we went upstairs, and the ambiance in there was spectacular. We started off with the appetizer. Our waitress, she was from the Netherlands, who was studying hospitality in college. And that's another thing with their schooling, especially in Curacao. You go through, like we do K through 12 in the States, and then you go on to college. They do 1 through 8, and then they do 9 through 12. Then they do another 4 on top of that, depending on how fast you are. So it's like 2 high schools that you got to go to. Then there's college. You could be 24, still, just coming out of college over there. So it's very, very interesting how they do things over there. And when I tell you that everything that she suggested, my wife and I, we jumped on it. And when I tell you that stuff was so delicious, hey, if you're from New Orleans, don't get mad at us, don't unfollow us, but I'm gonna tell you this. Whatever gumbo y'all think y'all got going on over there, this the appetizer, Jack. When I tell you that gumbo,
that wasn't gumbo.
It's gumbo.
It's not.
What you call it?
Cajun shrimp.
Man, it was Cajun shrimp gumbo, because it had all the stuff in there. When I tell you everything in there was good, and then they give you these like bread that looked like, you can see the clip in there, but it had that crispy layer on top, and it was so soft in the middle. It was like some fancy high-end cornbread almost. And when I tell you, you take that thing and you sop up what's down there, it is delicious. And that was just the appetizers. Then I had the smoked brisket. There was something in there. And then my wife had the peppercorn like steak. I tell you, that stuff was delicious. So that was day 2. Day 3 was kind of a chill day. We had the floating breakfast. Y'all seen?
How the kids do it?
What's that?
Clock
Oh, that's
it.
that. Oh, we clock it then. You better clock it. Do a Timex something.
Oh
yeah, that's right.
While the Kentucky Resort has its own restaurant, it's essentially connected to several other resorts. And so they have this whole kind of resort, restaurant,
Yeah.
shopping area.
Yep.
So we
Right.
could just, literally just steps from our room, just kind of walk around the kind of local,
Yep.
I don't even know what you call it. It's called like One Mambo or Mambo Boulevard, where they have like all these restaurants and shops. So we just walked to
Yep.
one of the restaurants
Yep.
for dinner that we had seen earlier that day. And so we chose a restaurant called the Greenhouse. We had not done any research on it, but just kind of from passing it earlier in the day, because they had like multiple options. They had sushi, and then they kind of had your other kind of like standard food. Fred was like, oh, I think I want to do that for dinner. So we just randomly, if you will, chose that place. And I say randomly because Komei was not random.
Yeah.
I had seen that come up on multiple reels. People had given them really great reviews.
Right.
And so we intentionally went there. But the Greenhouse was more of a, oh yeah, that looks good. We'll
Yep.
see how that is. And so that was really good too. We didn't realize until we were there that they are also top rated. So we had breakfast there one day, and we had dinner
Yeah, so
there.
we ate there twice.
Yeah, we ate there twice. So that was really good.
The staff members, everybody just was on their game, and I really can say, man, we in the States, we got to get together. Now, there's some places right now that's like, oh, you got to come here. Hey, put it in the comments. If you got a place that's top notch in customer service, the food is delicious, and that's a place that people need to be, man, shout them out down here, because I'm telling you right now, that's what I love. You want a way to get to me, it is through customer service, and it's through fantastically tasting food and the ambiance, etc. That to me is worth every penny, and you don't mind paying the money when you get that kind of stuff.
So before Komei, so we had the driver drop us off downtown. So Komei is in downtown Wilmstead.
Right.
And so we intentionally went early so that we could walk downtown. They have lots of souvenir shops and explore. That is where the Queen Emma Bridge is. That is where the Lockett Fence Inn and those types of things.
Floating
So we
bridge.
wanted to explore downtown, the Curacao sign, the swing, all of the things. So we did that, but we did it really quickly.
Yeah.
So when we walked to the restaurant, we were 30 minutes early. And after we left the restaurant, we went back. So all of it is downtown. Komei is on the outskirts of downtown. So we
Right.
had to walk back to the kind of like core of downtown to get to all the shops and things.
Right.
And back to the bridge. But we specifically went back down because on Thursday nights, they have something called Punda Vibes. And then they have like this fireworks show.
Yeah.
So we were trying to time the dinner reservation so that we could eat and be finished and walk back so that we could see the fireworks. So once we finished dinner, we walked back towards the fireworks. However, when the fireworks started, we realized we were not in the right spot.
Over.
And so we didn't actually see the fireworks. We heard the fireworks, but we did not see the
We
fireworks.
saw a little bit of it.
A little bit.
There's
The
a little bit
buildings,
that come up.
like,
But
very little bit. But we were probably a block or two too far down
Too
the
far
road.
down, right.
And the buildings were too tall.
Yeah.
So we could barely see
it.
the fireworks. But we heard it and we were there and it was fine.
It was fine. It was fine. It was fine.
So why didn't you buy anything, babe?
Well, because my wife was rushing me
I
to
was
get to
not. I was
to
not.
get to Komei.
I was not.
She's like, nah, we'll get. Y'all know how it is. If it's on the main strip, you're gonna pay main strip prices. However, if you just go and turn down one of them ways, prices are half off.
I can't.
So we found a spot, that had nice little shirts, because my wife wanted a shirt, I wanted a shirt.
I didn't want a shirt. You wanted a shirt and random things. So he was trying to buy like souvenirs for other people. He was like, oh, we can buy. And so I have this rule when I go on vacation. I don't buy souvenirs for people who didn't go on the trip. You should have came on the trip. But he wanted to buy random things. He's a whole adult. He could have bought random things if he wanted to. He chose not to. I think he wanted me to agree with the random purchase, and I would not. So therefore, he didn't pull the trigger, but he absolutely could have.
So, fellas, you know how it is. I'm talking to the fellas now. You know how it is when your wife be like, oh, come on, babe. And she rubbing up on you, smelling all good and everything.
That is
man.
not what was
Rub
happening.
it on your
That
hand.
is not what was happening in them people's store.
And
No.
I'm like sitting here like, man, come on, we in these people's store, man. And she just like, hey, come on, I want to, let's go and see what else they got. And I'm just like, man, these shirts, But they was like 3 for $17. Now we went to places in one shirt. Well, the lady said $60 for an outfit
That was
my wife
different,
had
though.
like, and I was like, what?
It
And
was,
then the
it
shirts
was cute.
was like
It wasn't
$30.
Yeah, it was cute, but it wasn't $65 cute.
Yeah, so I was like, I found the shirts. I said, man, this here say Curacao. They get the job done. And it was one for $7.99. They said clearance on it. One $7.99, and it was 3 for like $17.99.
I can't.
And I said, what is it right here? But she was like, babe, come on.
I'm not gonna do these videos with you if you're going to make up stuff.
You know, I ain't lying, man. You know, so we did that, and or didn't do that, but afterwards we ended up going to Comey and had a wonderful time and came back. But then day four was the the blue fin.
Yep, that was in the evening. But
That
what
was
did
in
we
the
do earlier in the day? So I think we went back. So it was our
We
last
went
day.
to
So
the
we went
beach.
back to Greenhouse for breakfast.
Greenhouse for breakfast. Yeah.
Went to Greenhouse for breakfast. So that was really good. And then we just kind of walked around the resort mall area that I was telling you guys about a little bit earlier. So it's not just Kentucky. It's like Kentucky and I think it's called One Mambo and Lionside. Like all of these things share kind of like the same space.
Yeah, so we
and so we just kind of walked around little mall area. We took pictures and all of the things. We ended up kind of laying on the beach for a little while, getting some photos.
Right.
And then I think we just went back in for a couple hours before the
blue
sunset cruise that we had booked
yeah.
for that night. So we had to be back at the dock area at like 4:45. So we just rested for a couple hours before we had to be back for the sunset cruise.
And I can see why people take. I mean, we're working adults, and we have little ones, so we can't just be away for long periods of time. Even their grandmother was hitting us up on Facebook like, I'm glad y'all enjoying yourselves. Happy 20th, but y'all come get these kids. And we was like, what I'm saying, we got one more day, we'll be back. But I see why people take 7 days, 10 days and everything, because you need those kind of things to really, really enjoy what that all these places have to offer. So we left a lot on the table, which is why we'll be back. I don't know when, but we definitely going to be back. Bring the kids, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, because we'll have to stay in a different hotel probably.
No, we would just have to choose a different
Choose
room
a different
type.
room type, yeah. But that room, that's just it though. And my wife said the same thing. It's going to be hard to book places now after you've been and seen what can be. It's kind of hard to go back. Yeah. Especially when you're talking about doing it with the one you're doing life with, right? So we thank God for this trip. This trip was wonderful. It was needed. We don't want to make this video super long. We just well, I'm gonna have to chop this up a little bit.
A lot big.
but we just wanted y'all to see and kind of like sharing this time that we've had together, commemorating our 20 years together, and it's nobody but God. We had anything to do with it. Truth be told, could have been over year 3, but when I tell you what God has put together, let no man come in and tear it apart. Amen. And we keep him at the forefront of our marriage. And it's us choosing each other every day on a day-to-day basis.
I mean, don't say it like it's hard to choose me, man.
It ain't hard to choose at all.
Okay.
I just wake up and say, yes, ma'am. That's what I say. But thank y'all for, those who was able to hang in there and watch the rest of this. Thank y'all for y'all support. Y'all are showing us mad love on here. We're going to start posting more, and because I think people want to, just know who we are, and this is an opportunity for us to talk directly to y'all. So again, Curacao, that's where you want to be.
Book the trip.
Book the trip. All right, love y'all.
We are the walkers. We are walking in love with Christ. Christ as the center.